What's happening, guys? You gotta love Easter eggs, whether it's a small tease of your favorite villain or just a small nod to the comics. The Amazing Spider-Man 1 featured a few of those, such as Rhino and Vulture in the Oscorp's Tree of Life and a pair of yellow pens in the dark alley, which might belong to Shocker. Well, now we're ready to find some Easter eggs in the upcoming sequel. Back in July, the production designer Mark Friedberg revealed that Mark Webb placed the Easter eggs wisely. He said that a times on a clock can refer to a number on a comic book. Well, good luck finding those. Let's go through some of the Easter eggs that we'd like to see in the upcoming film. A mention of Eddie Brock or Venom's symbiote. Considering all the recent talks about Sony making spin-off films, a wise decision would be to tease Venom/symbiote. Whether it's a black goo standing in a tube at Oscorp or a brief mention of Project Venom. In the Ultimate Comics, Richard Parker and Eddie Brock's father teamed up to develop a suit which would heal humanity of all diseases and illnesses. It was called Project Venom, and eventually they ended up creating this symbiote. Considering that Venom's spin-off most likely ties into the Amazing Spider-Man franchise, a symbiote Easter egg is a must in the Amazing Spider-Man 2. Something related to Mysterio. Wouldn't it be nice to see both Peter and Gwen walking down the street and for a couple of seconds we see a billboard which invites us to join the magic show with its host Quentin Beck. I mean, even Shocker got a mention in the latest viral article, so why can't Mysterio get at least some attention as well? I mean, as a huge fan of Mysterio, I definitely want at least an Easter egg. Mysterio could play very well on the big screen, but since so far there weren't any rumors related to him, at least give us a small tease. Doc Ock. A mention of Doc Ock or a brief glimpse at someone who looks like him is a high possibility. In the Ultimate Comics, Doc Ock was working for Osborn Industries on a project which was funded by S.H.I.E.L.D. Eventually, he was one of the creators of the Oz compound. Oz serum plays a crucial role in terms of Osborn's transformation, whether the first who transforms is Harry or Norman. So we shouldn't be surprised if Ock is mentioned by somebody who works for Oscorp or perhaps by Osborn themselves. But of course, another great tease of Ock is, for example, Peter visits Oscorp and sees a pair of Oscorp's tentacles, which are tagged Prototype. Black Cat Easter egg. So far we know that Mark Webb's sequel will feature more than enough bad guys, and it's hard to imagine that Sony could possibly squeeze Felicia Hardy into the storyline. During the filming period, there were a lot of rumors that Felicity Jones might play the Black Cat. In one of the interviews, she mentioned that she's playing Goblin's girlfriend, and whether she let this information slip on purpose or by accident, Felicity Jones will most likely have a brief role as Goblin's girlfriend after all. We heard that Harry will be presented as a rich boy who has plenty of girlfriends and a sweet life, so I can definitely see Felicity being one of the temporary girlfriends, who eventually might play a bigger role. Let's say she finds out the truth about Harry becoming the Goblin, and eventually she will be his first victim. Nevertheless, a mention of Felicia Hardy Black Cat is something we can expect. In the original comics, it was revealed that Black Cat is a relative of Uncle Ben's killer, so here's another great source material for future films. And finally, Ravencroft and its endless possibilities. The Amazing Spider-Man 2 will feature a Ravencroft prison, which in the original comics was a home for lots of Spider-Man villains, such as Carnage. Wouldn't it be cool to spot Cletus Cassidy screaming like a maniac in one of the prison cells? Colin Feore is rumored to play a head of the Ravencroft, and boy, this guy looks like Vulture. Considering all the rumors about him being the Vulture after all, we might see that he will be represented as Adrian Toomes in The Amazing Spider-Man 2, just so that later in the future films he will join the Sinister Six, this time as Vulture. Ravencroft is connected to Oscorp, so Toomes could be another puppet of Norman Osborn's evil plans. Anyway, let me know what Easter eggs would you like to see in the upcoming film. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.